I think that was kind of a learning experience for me. My first year in 2003, after the Big 12 championship, it was still about football, and actually, I never took the time like I should have to enjoy what I got to do at the time, from going to the College Football Awards and then going to New York and doing the Heisman ceremony and things. But in 2004, when I got to do all that over again, it was a whole different experience for me, just for the fact that I knew what to expect, and I knew it was a time that you should sit back and enjoy, because not a lot of people get to do those kind of things. So 2004 was much more enjoyable for me, just because I just sat back and relaxed and enjoyed the privilege of getting to go do those things. He's probably got a lot of wondering what's going on, what to expect. I'm sure he's traveling to Florida probably today for the College Football Award show at Disneyland, and then he'll travel from there to New York. So, there's a lot of things that happen from today till Saturday. It's just you just don't know what to expect when you're first on the plane. You don't know exactly what you're supposed to wear to this event, or what you're supposed to do, or things like that. So it's kind of nerve-wracking to that. But I think for Sam, he's got a good head on his shoulders, and he'll take in the experience and enjoy it. Being part of that fraternity, and the things that it involves, it just changes. Everywhere he'll go, he'll get recognized. I'm sure he does now, but when you got the Heisman Trophy attached to your name, it's always you'll get recognized just about everywhere you go. So for Sam, I think it'll change head over heels, and I think he won't realize it until a couple months after it happens. Then he'll start realizing that, and then every time he signs his name, it's not Sam Bradford anymore. It's Heisman Trophy winner Sam Bradford. Anytime that you get a kid that grows up a Sooner fan and is really living out his dream as an Oklahoma football player, you take pride in that guy, especially a guy that has conducted himself like Sam has. It'd be just a bit exciting for him, just to be able to represent Oklahoma how he has and how he will in the future. He came out and he played well, throughout the full year last year. So, you've seen him just kind of mature game by game last year, and then you realize this kid's going to be really good if he continues to work hard. And as you got to know Sam and realize that he's about the work ethic and wanting to get better. What he did last year wasn't good enough for him, so he continued to improve on stuff he needed to improve on this year, and it's paid off. He's even better quarterback this year. You got the Billy Vessels, the Steve Owens, the Billy Sims, the Joe Washingtons, the Greg Pruitt. You got all these guys. So we've got a lot of work to make up for, but I think it's a good start. We got Josh, Nate, Paul, myself, and Sam. So hopefully we'll start catching up with them. And it's fun to get around the guys, the past winners, and you get to listen to them tell their stories. They ask you questions about the time you played, so you just get a lot of experience, with the former winners and things like that. And you also get to see, I think the best part of the whole ceremony is when the name of the winner is actually called, you know exactly what they're going through. It's not, I wonder what he feels like. You've been there and done that, and you know exactly, how he feels at that time. So I think it's just a great event to go back to and just be part of that fraternity. I think the biggest part of it that you can explain is, how fast, your heart is beating at the time. When they called my name, it was kind of like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether to jump up and yell or anything. So it's just it's kind of an anxious feeling, and then you got about 2 seconds to figure out what you're going to say if you haven't wrote it down before.